Hey everyone, Austin here with The Real Seal, back again for another blog video talking about why you should pay attention to house settling cracks. Now there are two types of cracks really that are in your foundation, structural and non-structural. The non-structural cracks tend to be more of a waterproofing concern, whereas the structural cracks are a foundation movement or settlement concern as well as waterproofing. The way you can tell them apart is pretty easy. The waterproofing cracks are usually less than 1/10 of an inch. There are very few in your home. It's not like you're going to have 8 on a wall. Typically straight cracks from the top of the foundation down, with the main exception being at the corners of windows. They can go a bit diagonally as well. When it comes to structural cracks, they can be larger than 1/10 of an inch. You can even see them so big that you can stick a marker inside of them. They may be something that you've had repaired multiple times. They keep opening up. Many cracks present in the home where there'll be multiples on a wall, or they'll especially come up diagonally from the bottoms of the corners up towards the center of the wall, and that'll indicate the wall is moving. You have one major way of fixing the non-structural cracks, and those waterproofing cracks are fixed with epoxy injection. So if your wall isn't moving, you can inject a 2-part non-expanding epoxy into the wall, and this will stop the water from coming in by filling the void of the crack and bonding with the concrete. You don't need to use, and probably shouldn't be using, a polyurethane to fix foundation cracks, because that polyurethane doesn't last as long as epoxy. Some people will argue, well, if the wall's moving a little bit, it won't break the seal. Well, if your wall is moving, you have a structural crack, not a waterproofing crack, and you need to apply a structural solution to that crack in order to save your foundation. The structural repairs, as you know from previous videos, push and helical piers, carbon fiber straps on the wall to stop the movement of the wall, carbon fiber staples or grid stitches that will help to reinforce that crack if it's moving inwards because of some hydrostatic pressure. Wall plates can also help us push a wall back if it's been moving in and it's farther than the 3-inch threshold that we have for carbon fiber. All of these repairs come with fantastic warranties. It's just a matter of what problem are you seeing so you can apply the correct solution. That's why it's important to pay attention to these. And the big thing that underlies all of it, if you have gutters that are pushing water next to the home constantly because they have no extensions on them, that's a big problem. If you have grading that's coming towards the house or sidewalks that are sloped towards the house, that's a problem because water's gathering around the foundation. It can wash out and weaken the soil, causing settlement and structural cracks. So even a crack that started off as waterproofing can turn into a structural crack if the water outside is not managed properly. Gutters 15 to 20 feet away from the home with extensions. That 900 gallons of water on average for 1 inch of rain off of your roof is a lot of water. And the more you get it away, heck, your cracks may just stop leaking on their own. So make sure you manage that water, and if you have any questions, be sure to call us over at The Real Seal. We're not everything's better when wet.